Hello, and welcome back to Lit Laugh and Lounge. We are still missing Lounge,
She has
but
not read any Sarah J. Maas books.
it's all right. We will carry on without her. So we ended up doing 2 chapters extra this time. So we have 10 chapters this episode. So we started on.
I think it was only um, nine chapters because I did 4 and you did 5.
Oh,
so
okay.
Wasn't that bad.
Anyways, yeah. So we went from 25 to 34. So you have.
I have to find it. I found nope. I didn't find it. I lied to you. It's right here.
Sorry, slight delay.
I wrote it in blue this time because I'm fancy and different and not like other girls. So where we left off was Little Miss Bitchface was in the coffin, and she was sitting there, and she was like, "Yo, mongrel, let me out of there." And they were like, "Okay." So they like popped her on out of there.
Oh, and Bryce popped her on out of there.
She had the shit to do. She has a timeline.
Nesta and Asriel were objecting, so
they were going to like torture Bryce. So I don't know
about torture, but maybe cut a tattoo out of her back for sure.
That's torture,
is it?
And then mental torture because she wouldn't be able to get home.
So true.
Disarray.
Maybe they'd let her heal.
She still wouldn't be able to get home. Poor chick. She had things to do. She is on a timeline. So the Asteri's name is Vespera. Vespera?
I don't know. I just kind of went V and then moved on in my brain.
Vespera? Sure. I liked it. I thought it was fun. And she's kind of a bitch. Like, even more than she was in the coffin. She gets out of the coffin and she gets like an extra resurgence of like bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bryce tries to make Vespera spill the tea and it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
But like, props for her for trying because I probably would have ran away. I would have been like, supermodel, I'm scared, and then like hid. And so she's like explaining things and she's being all evil and like scary. They're having like conversation, and Nesta's like sneaking around behind her. And we find out that the Asteri hid a lot of like itsy bitsy pieces of their power throughout the land, like under sacred mountains, which means it's under
really randomly.
Well, that means it's under the whatever the fuck mountain is called from. Like the Illyrian mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes back around. I mean, yeah. I forgot what it's called. It starts with an R. But,
hey, Goose.
Bitch. I swear to fuck. Anyway, so they find out that they hid pieces of their power under there. And then...
the eyeball.
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Anyway, and then Vespera's like, you should have killed me when you had the chance. And then she like shoots up and like some power goes through her, and then Nesta's like stab. Yeah. And then she already got some of the power in her, so she got like a Red Bull. It was great, great time. And then she like takes the skewer out of her, and she's like, nice try. And so then Bryce is like freaking out, so she steals Truth Teller off of Asriel, like with her like magic hand telepathy. And she steals the Star Sword and the Truth Teller off of him, and she just plunges both those right into the bitch,
and it almost works.
And then Asriel fucks it up.
He does.
Did he know? No, but he still fucked it up.
He did,
and that's his fault.
A little bit, yeah.
His personality is now standing in corners and fucking up. So thanks, Sarah. But so then it doesn't work, and she gets back up and she's like, and then Bryce is like, oh, this could work. I could kill them. And then Nesta's like, well, you'll never find out, and just chops the bitch's head off and just starts like whack-a-moleing it, like going crazy.
Whacking it.
And Bryce is like, my brother in Christ, like, I could have used that. And she's like, we're going to go take you home now and rip that fucking tattoo out of her. And she's like, I don't want that. So she opens a portal in the coffin, and Bryce tumbles on through and closes it behind her. Mm-hmm. And then... woo! And then we black out.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. All this is kind of, like, I feel like this whole, like, thing is going down really weirdly. And, like, they, like, randomly, we found an Asteri, and then immediately kill it. Which I'm glad that, like, they do, because I think it'd be really annoying if they dragged it on for a while. And, like, she got more power. But, like, So I'm glad that they like got rid of her, but I don't know. I just thought it was a really weird plot point to put in there.
Maybe it'll come back around. There's like
Maybe.
80 chapters in this book.
Mm-hmm.
So possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan is in his sad girl autumn moment, and he's just looking out the window and just like he's dejected, man. He's going through it. Like he needs to listen to All Too Well Taylor's version, sad autumn girl version. And then I skipped forward. My bad. 26 is when Nesta beheads her. My bad. Anyway, I don't know how I did that. The point is, Ethan can never be in the right place ever. He cannot make a decision. And he's like, they're at the dock and they're getting ready to go save Rune and everyone. He's like, I have to go.
Better things.
I have to go. I have to make things right, and just leaves them.
Yeah, he's done that twice now.
He can't. Dude, you're supposed to. He's a Sunball captain. He's supposed to stay with the team. And he doesn't do that.
And he abandons them literally like every time they're doing something important. And it's like,
so
well, good thing we had enough people. Like, I don't know. Ethan, I feel like Ethan is also just a weird character in that he's like sort of useful and then just also doing this random shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going to go down with him, but whatever. Since I accidentally did all of chapter 27 already, because it's all just one scene. It gets confusing when Sarah like switches POVs during chapters and then the new chapter. It was weird. Anyway, that's when Bryce is mad at Nesta and she's like, and Asriel, and they're like, come with us. And she's like, dip. And she just pummels on through the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And she made with the horn. And then that's the end of the search. Or at the drop in the beginning of the search. Nothing happened.
I agree.
Literally
nothing happened. It is just a period of talking and like different exposition. Talking and walking and exposition. Which I didn't think we could get more exposition than in the first book.
It definitely was better than House of Sky and Breath because that was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
It was bad.
This was better.
It took me 2 years to get through.
Yeah.
It took me 2 years to finish that book.
It took me like 3 weeks, but we're not going to talk about me.
She's a faster reader.
And I went weird because I'm dyslexic.
I went through a reading slump. I have hyperfixations a lot, so.
Yeah, so that part was really boring. But it's fine. I was told
like it was entertaining enough.
Yeah.
But
I was told it speeds up after that point. So,
so
which it did. Indeed.
It did. It really did.
Chapter 29, Adus the cat shows up, the real one this time, because the thing with Adus is that everyone freaks out over him. And he was a cat twice and a human once. Now he's like actually a person. I don't get it. You're obsessed with a cat.
I am
like a furry. No offense to furries.
Okay, not obsessed with the cat in that way. He's
a cat.
He's the Prince of Hell, first and foremost.
He was standing once. He was a person once.
Okay, but he appears in dreams and stuff like that. But anyways,
like twice.
He's cute. Maybe? We know he's cute.
He's blonde.
Okay. Fan art says he's cute, so I'm gonna go with that. I do enjoy the whole Prince of Hell thing, so I'm sorry that's not your vibe.
It would be if he like was there for more than 30 pages. I think he's probably in like 17 pages before at like this point in the books where he's like actually a character.
I think it's 23.
Why do you know that?
Because I'm pretty sure you counted it once and you're like, it's 23. He's in there for 23 pages.
I'll count it again because I don't understand it. He's just a cat. But anyway, he shows up and he's like, bro, he's talking to Hunt. And he's like, bro, you should not let what's his face have any of your lightning. Rigolus. Rigolus. You should not let him have any of your lightning. And Hunt's like, pfft. So like, funny story. And Adus is like, so girl, your lightning and Sophia's lightning can resurrect dead people, which makes no sense. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a really high-powered defibrillator. But also, I don't get it. So, who knows? So she is going to be a zombie. Like I talked about last time, the harpy's totally going to be a zombie. But, so he's like, don't do that. And then Hunt's like, already did it.
My bad.
He's like, okay, that's crazy. By the way, Rune's going to like die tomorrow. He's going to kick the bucket. And Hunt's like, oh shit. tell Bryce to never return here. Shit's going down. And Ada's like, if I can find her, sure, I got you.
Ados also just offhandedly mentions Hunt's father and is like, yeah, you just don't understand your power yet. You just don't know.
What your father bred you to be. Who do you think his father is going to be?
Probably an Asteri.
I mean, I would assume, but like that's kind of boring.
It is kind of boring. But I don't know. I understand that she is keeping it a secret to build it up and have a big old like, oh, surprise, this is his actual power. But like, it's kind of
Rigolis is his father.
How long this is getting dragged on? Like, oh, his power, his power, his power. Like, he's something special. What is he? Oh my God, I'm tired of waiting. I did not read 2,000 pages to only to whatever. I'm done.
I'm going to go with that. Rigolis is his father.
We agree.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
And that is all I have written down because I did in fact merge like 3 chapters. Hey babe.
Come here, Pookie. And then so now we're going on chapter 30. My brain is a little dead at this point, so I only have like minimal plot points here written. But it basically says so Bryce lands in her father's office because how convenient and ironic is that out of everywhere in the entire world of Midgard, she lands in her father's office.
That's so funny though.
So funny.
Like, of course it would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, the one place she does not want to be besides the Eternal Palace.
Yeah.
Which the Eternal Palace would probably be better because then she can go get her bitch.
She can just go fuck up some guys.
Yeah.
Some guys. With her new Star Sword and Truth Teller. I'm betting. By the way, I'm betting that Azriel's pissed she stole Truth Teller.
Oh, they're gonna tumble back on through.
100%, they're gonna come back and
they definitely tumbled through with her and ended up somewhere else.
Oh, for sure.
They're gonna be like, "Yo, we went and got Mickey D's, crazy shit, Shamrock Shake, insane."
Or they figured out how to use the cauldron to open up a portal to another world and follow her.
So. Well, she has the harp, so she can open up another portal.
Yeah, but I mean, the cauldron made the harp. So I feel like they could just figure it out. Or Nesta, by some grace of God, with her all powers or whatever.
But the harp can just open a portal. That was the whole thing. That's what both the horn and the harp can do.
I know. I'm saying, but like, they don't have the harp.
They do.
Oh, they do have the harp?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Okay. Never mind. I don't know. I thought it was gone. Anyways, yeah, so she lands in her father's office, and like within 30 seconds of being there, the Autumn King has her shackled in these power-stealing shackles.
Gorgion.
I don't know. Gorson? That sounds right.
I don't like that. That's too flowy of a word.
Anyways, and honestly, that's something I'm not a fan of, is when you give your character all of this power and then immediately take it away before they use it. Like, I get it that it is building to something bigger, like a big release. And I am annoyed. Because
it's such a long book.
I know.
For why?
We have been reading this series for so long, over so many pages. It's like, just let it end.
I miss my Throne of Glass sized books from her. Like, that was solid. That was like, that was chill. I was chill.
Like, they got big towards the end, but like, even so, they were still doable. They were like, what, 600, 700 pages?
Yeah, something like that.
Not 800. And then, so POV switch. Oh, and then Autumn King was like, yo, what the fuck were you doing? Like, where were you? Tell me where you were. You were in the original Fae world, weren't you? And
she's so like, fun. I love that scene. I thought it was so funny because she's just like, there's a sample sale at the mall.
I know.
And she just kept hitting one-liners like that. She's like, oh, well, you can't wield the Star Sword and Truth Teller because me and Rune are the only one with Chosen One membership cards. And I was like, she just kept like saying them too. And I was like, damn.
Slay with that. I was like, yeah, you tell him. But and then POV switch, Ethan enters the House of Flame. He's walking down
and Shadow.
Flame and Shadow.
That's why I said in the middle of reading it, that's the name of the book.
Anyways, he's walking down these stairs. He can't see. He's blind. He can't see. He walks straight into a door. Walks straight into a door. And then guess who's at the door? It's Jessiba.
I have no idea if that's how I say it.
And she's like, wow, weird way of knocking, weirdo. Which funny. Honestly, I think she's my favorite character in this entire book.
She was just like, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, that is one way to do it. Which he's at the House of Flame and Shadow. What I wonder what he's asking for.
A necromancer.
I was gonna wait till the next bit to reveal it, Haley.
Oh, I thought we all knew that when he was like walking in there. I was like, what else could he want?
And then we get to chapter 31, and so apparently all houses have headquarters.
They got like a little lounge.
I know.
They got a
it's
student
cute.
union.
It honestly reminded me of Harry Potter and like the head. Oh damn, what's it called? The house rooms, or I forgot what
I
it's
never
called.
read Harry Potter.
Yeah, we know.
I was thinking of the student union with a bowling alley, and a painted pot. Can't you just see like a vampy dude and painting his pot?
Yeah.
Those little fish or something.
Super cute.
Fish face.
Anyways. Reminded me of Harry Potter and their different house rooms or whatever. Yeah, so all the houses have different headquarters, and he's just walked straight into Flame and Shadow, and she was like, yo, if I wasn't here, you would be getting feasted on right now, brother.
No.
And they're just drinking buds together. And then she's like, all right, what do you need? And he's like, I need a necromancer. And she's like, why? And he's all like, and
I can't tell you.
I can't tell you. I can't face the fact of what I've done.
The consequences of my
so
actions.
Much guilt. Oh my god. Yeah, that's my impression of Ethan. Is just like emo boy.
He's in love with an emo girl.
He is. And then finally she's like, who died? Who do you need to bring back? Because like he needs a necromancer, but he is failing to give any details. And she's like, who died? And he's like, the lost Fendir heir.
I giggled at that.
I did. Like you really, I don't know. Anyways,
I pronounce it like Fedar. I don't think that's correct.
Fendir.
I don't know.
I say Fendir.
Fendir.
Anyways.
Like a deer.
Yeah.
Like Lydia.
Oh my god. We will get to that one later. And then POV switch, and Bryce is back to her daddy issues.
She never left.
Yeah, they're kind of doing. Oh, I think I skipped that, but they kind of did their whole like question exchange where it's like, you tell me something, I'll tell you something, and then she just gives them random like snippets of information about how like the Asteria are parasites and blah 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 blah, and then the Autumn King.
Damn, just defer his title like that. Take him down now.
As he should.
Take him down, Peg.
My bad, Mr. Prince King, dude. He's like, oh yeah, Hunt's like alive. I think they're like torturing him and Rune, and like there might be someone.
Rune don't got a hand.
Yeah, Rune does not have a hand, in fact. Okay, and so then yeah, they're just doing their little power exchange, and it turns out the Autumn King knows more about the Star Sword and Truth Teller and Bryce's powers than he is letting on. He's like, you don't even know how to use the Star Sword.
You don't even like, get it.
At least I can use the Star Sword.
It's kind of really funny.
Really
if I wasn't like just so annoyed about everything going on,
yeah,
I would have giggled a lot harder. But there were times when I was like, yeah, that's funny.
I feel like if House of Sky and Breath wasn't a book and it was just 1, 2, I would even be enjoying the story so much more, like less annoyed.
Yeah.
But that was just such a waste of a book.
Yeah, it wasn't. She could have done this in a duology, I think, fairly 100%. Easily.
I mean, they could have taken out half of the talking scenes.
Or in the first and second book where they're just standing around a computer
being like, can you hack Declan, can you hack into this?
Declan,
can you hack into that?
Declan carries. He carries.
He does. Apparently he just has all-seeing magic that allows him to hack into anything.
He's fabulous. I love him.
Don't ask how. No one knows.
He's just a man. He's just a science tech bro. He has his degree and he knows everything. He's chilling.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah, and so she explains the parasite, and we move on.
They got chlamydia in their water.
They do. They might. Chapter 32. The boys.
The boys.
We are back to the boys, which is arguably the best part of this whole book.
I also really like the boys.
Even though they've been literally stuck in a dungeon for the entire book, every time I get to the chapter, I'm like, yes! Thank God!
Oh, which is so funny because so many people hate Hunt, which I never got. They're allergic to like men that aren't toxic.
Oh, so true.
Because
I feel like Hunt does lack flavor sometimes, but he's
the most stable out of all of them, I feel. Which is weird.
And he genuinely loves Bryce. Like I like their dynamic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think they're very sweet.
Yeah.
I like them. I never was on that team. Because like people, when the second book came out and it was like, oh, there's going to be a crossover, they're like, Asriel and Bryce are going to get together. And I was like, are you on cocaine? Did you smoke too much mirth root? Like, what are you on?
Bryce would never go for someone that quiet.
Never.
Literally never. But anyways, the boys. So basically the Hawk and Mordock come down into their dungeons and they're like, hey boys, Regulus wants to speak to you.
Regulus indeed wants to see you.
Would like to see you.
I'm gonna sneeze. Don't stop.
Okay. I'm sorry. Bless you.
Anyway.
And so they lower them down and they're like, no time to heal, no time to wash this off. And they're like, nope, he wants to see you now.
We gotta go. Regulus.
They're like, can we pretty please take the elevator?
Pretty please. They're so funny. It's because they're like a manic as fuck. And they're just sitting there like Hunt thinks of something that Bryce would say. He's like, because they kept giving him like stupid food. And he was like, and Bryce would have been like, hey, bird boy, give me my pizza. And he's like sitting there and he's like giggling and cackling to himself.
It's so funny. And then Mordock's like, shut the fuck up. What are you guys laughing about? And Baxton going up the stairs is like, hang in there, friends. They're
all like, step at a time, friends.
Yeah, they're all like hysterically laughing. And like the Hawk and Mordock are like eyeing them like, what the hell is
what are you on?
Them? And then they take them to the elevator because they're so tired. They can't get up the stairs. And as soon as the elevator opens, Lydia's inside. Woo! We love Lydia.
I love her so much. That's why I was giggling and kicking my feet. At the end of this chapter, I literally was giggling and kicking my feet.
She really was.
Love her.
And then okay, so yeah, and then they get into the elevator, and Lydia's all like, "Hey boys, hey, Mordock, I think you should take the stairs. Not enough room.
I need you to take the stairs. Get your cardio in."
Literally, and Mordock's all like, okay.
Sure.
Takes his little dread wolves, and they go on down the stairs. And then the door closes, and everyone's all like, all right, off to Regulus.
Off to see the wizard.
Off to see the wizard. And Lydia's like, hey, Hawk.
She's like, yeah, get fucked.
Get fucked. Shoots him square between the eyeballs.
He deserves it.
And that's how the chapter ends.
I was giggling and kicking my feet.
Too. I was like, thank God the Hawk is dead.
He's so annoying, and he like barely says anything.
He really
like,
does.
2 lines.
He really does. Even when he showed up in Crescent City in the last book, in Sky and Breath, I was like,
why are you here?
Who are you?
They just needed another H name.
Yeah, literally every time they mentioned Hawk, I was like, wait, who?
I confused the Hawk and the Harpy for the longest time.
Same. Harpy was another one that I was like, why do we see like 2 sentences from her? Like, it was weird. Anyways, chapter 33.
I like this one.
Yeah, and so it immediately jumps back into Lydia and Du Bois.
Yeah.
And so Baxton's like, what the fuck?
He's like, what is going on?
No one filled him in on who Lydia was. Rude could speak mind to mind and still left Baxton in the dark. And so Baxton's like, yo, what the hell? Because she just killed everyone in the elevator.
It's like, how long have you been? And she's like, we'll talk later.
Yeah, she's like, we could swap backstories later. And then she's like, you guys have a minute and 50 seconds to get out and around and down the stairs and through the corridor and and into the parking garage where there's a car waiting for you. And it fits your wings.
I literally would have I would have gone the wrong direction.
Oh, 100%.
She'd be like, go left. I'd be like, okay.
Right
it is.
Yeah. You and me, we would have been lost. We walked right into Regulus's little palace.
Hey girl.
Hey,
Lydia told me
to come this way. Anyways, and so Lydia's dragging Rune, and then the others are stumbling along, and they make it into the parking garage where there's a Jeep conveniently waiting. And now we have come to the consensus that this is a Jeep Renegade.
This is not a Wrangler. This is a Renegade.
This is a Renegade.
This is what, for those of you who don't know what a Renegade is, it's the bubbly Jeep.
It's the box one.
The box one.
Not to be mistaken for a Kia Soul.
Yeah.
But it is small and box. So
that is what they're driving.
Yeah,
that has a machine gun attached to the top of it where Vaxine's going.
By the way, if you didn't know, she drives a Jeep Renegade. So
that's why
you can't think of anything else.
I was sitting there and I was like, we drive the same car.
Yeah. So they get into the car and Lydia hits the gas.
I was like, they're playing Mario Kart.
She is drifting around the corners. And then all of like the guards are looking, and before they can even like pull out their gun, like Backstream's like takes him out. They bust.
Comes in clutch, honestly.
Yeah, honestly,
that man,
yeah.
he carrying his weight.
He does. He has some like anger he's trying to let out. He lost his mate. Then he turned to the rebellion, and
then immediately got caught.
Yeah, got caught and tortured. So anyway,
he died.
And that's not. And then so they are flying through the city, and then a white van pulls up and it has Declan and Flynn.
I think Conan Gray's coming to our school.
Oh.
Hi, Conan. Love you.
Sometimes. Okay.
I have no idea.
Anyways. And so they are flying through the city. And Flynn and Declan show up, and they're like, Rune, it's good to see you. And Rune's like crying.
Sobbing. Screaming, crying, throwing up. That man's like sitting there, and she's describing, she's like, and then he was crying. And then white hot tears were flowing down his face. And then he was really crying. And I'm like, oh, poor dude.
And like Flynn over the radio is like, I missed you. I love you, bro. A frat boy reunion. We love it. So then over the radio, people are like, Lydia, we're in position. Or Agent Daybright, we're in position. And then Erithis comes over and she's like, hey, I'm ready to blow this place sky high. And Lydia's like, go for it, girl.
Fuck it up, girl.
Fuck it up.
And she does.
She does. She blows up the entire spine, which is the railway system that was bringing all the weapons to the front line to fight the rebellion. And so this is why the Ophion?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, the Ophion rebellion was having so much trouble was because they couldn't not like break up this railway.
It's been like their like mission for years. They talked about it in the last book.
They did, yeah.
Like it was foreshadowed.
They blew it sky high.
Erithis slays.
Erithis does.
She's up there with like my favorite characters. In this book.
She's so cutie.
I love her.
And then Lydia's like, we'll meet Erithis later. She knows we're meeting somewhere. And then they fly through the gates before the city.
No, wait. Go back.
No. Where's the clitty?
Rune knows.
Hunt too, apparently. Anyways, they bust through the city gates before they close. And they make it out, but half the Jeep is gone. Half our Renegade's gone.
My poor Renegade.
Gun's gone, everything, and they've got one handgun left.
That's it. They got like one Glock, and they're like, make do.
And they're like, shit, we're gonna die. Mordok is hot on their trail.
Literally.
Apparently, Lydia takes a wrong turn, and she's like, you guys are gonna have to fly the rest of the way now. And they're like, okay, we can hold. Am I? Yeah.
They're like, okay, I'll hold one, you hold the other.
Well, that was in the next chapter.
There's another chapter?
Yes, this is chapter 33, 34. Okay, so now their whole goal is trying to make it to the ocean depth charger that is waiting for them.
I thought all of that happened in one chapter, if I'm being totally honest.
Me too. That's why I was weird. Anyways. Okay, so chapter 34. Bryce is just exploring. She's like, oh, this is what the palace
I
is
skimmed
like.
all of that and had to go back and read it because I was like, Lydia.
Yeah, honestly, there was
my boys.
There was literally no point of this like little clip.
She's depressed.
Yeah,
and her brother still cheats.
Yeah, and her. I don't know if I'd want to be on those, but
especially since they're like he hasn't lived here in so long. I bet those are dusty as fuck.
Yeah. And so Bryce is literally just exploring, and she's realizing that her father has covered every base, and there is no escaping or finding any information from the outside world. So she's like, "Damn." And then that's it. That's the whole POV.
She's like, damn, I hope I get to see my brother again.
Yeah, and then that's the whole thing. And now we are back with Lydia. She took a wrong turn, and then she's like, you guys have to fly the depth charger. So then Bakshin and Rune are like, we can do it, as they're like screaming in pain with their wings flapping. And Lydia's like, okay, you guys both carry Rune. And then they're like, what about you? She's like, I'll buy you guys time. Which in the book world, we know that means death. I'm glad we both knew that.
She's not actually dead.
No, she won't be dead. Everyone will just think she is.
Yeah. And then she'll show up and she'll be really cool and it'll be a really cool entrance.
And then Rune will be like, oh, no.
I'm so sorry I said you were
Yeah. And then so she turns into a little deer, a hind to be specific.
I can't believe Sarah gave her a deer like to shift into.
Yeah, a very fearsome creature,
Like
as we all know.
chill. Like I understand like that she's going for like something different.
Mm-hmm. Instead of just like a wolf.
But like why not like a Tasmanian devil or something? Like something random
Or a tiger, or like.
Well, I feel like a tiger's too on the nose if she's going. If she's trying to not be on the nose, because like a leopard, a lion, a tiger, a bear. Oh my. You know, I feel like all of that kind of like goes together already. Like that's already like something you'd expect one of the main shifters to turn into. But like a deer is kind of wacky. But I feel like she could have been wacky differently.
Yeah, she could have chosen like a more fearsome animal, not like a lion, but you know,
like a not a deer,
not a deer,
a not deer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyways, and so she turns into a deer, and she like stares right at Rune in her little deer form, and they go up, and she's like,
"Don't do that."
That's what she said. She said she nuzzled at Rune's neck,
but I'm not Rune. I'm not that hot.
Sorry, yeah, I guess you're not, but
yeah, I mean, Beth did say it.
Yeah. Anyways, she goes and nuzzles Rune's neck, and Hunt and Daxton are just watching. And then she gallops off.
Gallivants into the distance.
Yes, and then Rune's like,
I saw nothing. I see nothing.
Doesn't say a word.
I'm blind.
And then literally as soon as she leaves, Rune's like, wait, no, put me down. Put me down. I have to go back.
I gotta go get her.
I have to go get her. Which, okay.
When he can't even stand.
Literally can't even stand, and the other two can barely fly.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, he's like, put me down. And then Hunt and Daxton just kind of ignore him.
They're like, nah.
And then
crazy.
They look and they see there's an aerial legion heading towards them, and then they say locust.
It's a metaphor.
Oh,
they're not actually locusts.
I was very confused. I was like, do we have locust shifters in this world?
The cicadas are coming, guys. The biblical reference. Hide the babies.
I like reread it so I could understand, and I still didn't get it. I was like, why are there locusts? Anyways, there's an aerial legion, apparently not locusts.
Angels, probably.
Angels flying towards them. Ooh, what if it's Illyrians?
It's definitely not.
Okay. I don't know. I just threw it out there.
Asriel does not like them enough for that.
That's so true. But anyway,
I could check it off my bingo card though. Check out my bingo card on Instagram. It's there, so you can check it off too.
Lit Left Lounge on IG.
Seamless, just promo there for a second.
Yeah, they'll never notice. Anyways, last little bit. The Rune is looking, and Lydia is running straight towards a cliff, and
she's sprinting.
Yeah, Mordok is catching up, and and Rune's like, oh my god, that cliff, no one can survive that.
He's like, that cliff, the only thing that would be at the bottom of that is death.
And we all know, though, Lydia is going to jump off of it, and she is going to survive.
She'll be fine.
She's going to be perfectly fine. She's also, like, fit. Is she? No, she's a shifter. So she's, like, immortal to a certain degree. Oh, half witch.
I'm sure there's some spell to breathe underwater.
She'll be totally fine. Like, I don't know why he's freaking out. But yeah, and that is the end of chapter 34.
I was so confused because at the end, it's like half the cliff face was just, like, struck off and Lydia wasn't there. And I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
Who bombed it? Like, there was no, like, sound of explosion or anything. There just was a cliff and then there was half a cliff. With no bitch. The bitches were gone. No bitches.
No bitches for Rune. All right. Predictions.
Lydia will return.
Of course.
And she's going to have a really dramatic entrance.
It might be another 15 or so chapters, but she will return.
I think they're going to get on the depth charger and it's going to be like a really cute. I think Irithis is going to show back up and we're going to get like the three sprites and they're going to be like, my queen. And she's going to be like, I did that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And the three sprites, they just blew up the meat market.
Oh my god.
It runs in the family.
It does. That's so cutie.
Arson.
I love arson.
She does.
Sometimes. Not when my house burns down.
Yeah.
That's
there
unfair.
was an exception.
One time. One time.
I feel like you conjured that.
Yeah. I spoke it into existence.
So.
Money. I'm speaking into existence.
I was like, money.
Money.
Anyways, any more predictions?
Rune's gonna get a new hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be great. Oh, also, Azrael and Nesta totally tumbled through that portal. We talked about this already,
totally.
but they totally tumbled through
Tumbled
that
it, or they reopened it with the harp.
Mm-hmm.
Either one. And I think I did see spoilers, so I saw just one, maybe two, but I think someone else is coming with them.
It's the baby.
It's the baby. Next, it's coming. Oh my god.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make a prediction who that's gonna be. I want it to be Cassian. It's not gonna be Cassian.
Miss Cassian.
I don't want it to be Reese. I feel like he put a damper on it because he's great. A little much.
He's giving Captain America vibes at this point, where it's like he's so high and mighty that you're like, oh my god, can we not be immoral for like 1 second?
Yeah. So then, okay, it's not gonna be Feyre because she got a baby.
Yeah, she got next.
SJM kind of like killed her plot off with that one.
Maybe it's Bryaxia.
Who?
The monster in the library.
Oh, yeah.
Raxus. That's what
Raxus.
It is. I was so close. Atraxia is the sword.
Atraxia. Wait, okay. Then there's more, and then there's Amryn and Elaine.
And Nesrin?
What?
Nesrin, I think is her name. The other Illyrian girly.
Oh, that starts with an E. It's
Ember.
And it's not Ember. It's Ember's her mom.
Ember.
We're so lame.
I can't remember.
It's Gwen and I don't have my phone. Google it.
Oh, I have a package.
What is her name? Oh my god.
I think it's Emryn. Akufus. Because it didn't have any. That's okay. Okay. Let me just do Akotar. Nope. Emery.
Damn.
We were close.
Yeah, I had the EM. I couldn't even figure anything else. She could show up. I don't know why she would, because she's not there with them. So I don't know. Most likely to me,
Helion.
Yeah, I was gonna say none of them. Tarquin.
I love Tarquin.
Or they drop through Throne of Glass and they pick up Aelin, Escher, Vergella, Phineas. I want to hold on to that one. I know it's not going to happen. I'm like well aware of that. I think the internet would have blown up if she showed back up.
Yeah, dream though.
But I'm gonna dream until the end of this book that I want her back. I miss her. She formed my personality.
Oh, miss her. So but yeah.
You got anything?
Predictions? Well, obviously my prediction is still that Regulus and one of the Asteri is Hunt's father.
That's so boring. We need to pick a new one. Who can be his dad? I bet there's like a sea monster at the bottom of the sea, and that's his dad.
Why can't he breathe underwater then?
He's never tried.
Pretty sure he has.
Maybe it's Zeus. Maybe Zeus is his dad. PGAO crossover.
I bet that Celestina and is Isaiah are gonna come back and help.
I miss Isaiah.
I also miss Isaiah.
I loved him.
I feel like they're gonna come back and help in some way.
Somehow.
Don't know. And then I feel like Nesta and Azrael and someone else will be showing up soon.
I don't know how they got Mickey D's. I'm telling
Mickey
you.
D. Oh, they did. They stopped. They explored a bit. They said, "What the fuck is this place?"
Or got a Wendy's 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Who knows?
Anyways, those are my predictions.
Anything? Oh. I want Hunt's father to not be an Asteri. That's so boring.
They've definitely been hyping up for way too long that anything that they say is just going to be anticlimactic.
Unless it's something really random.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be so
like
funny.
It's also the Autumn King. And how, and how Bryce and Hunt are incest.
It's Apollyon.
Ooh.
The Star Eater, the one that ate the other dude.
That could be interesting.
That'd be funny.
That could be really interesting.
If that's it, I called it.
That would explain why Ados is being weird about it.
Because they're like,
they know.
Cousins?
And why Apollyon showed up in Hunt's dreams.
Kiss, fall in love.
Anyways, those are our
I'm going with
predictions.
Napoleon. That's my
I
prediction.
do like that, but I don't know if Sarah went one of that.
It's a very easy jump to make.
It is, honestly.
I made it in like 5 minutes. So like I'm sure with her endless planning, she could have made that jump.
Mm-hmm.
Or the sea monster. It could be that. Or something wacky hiding in the caves with like the Fae people. Avalon, that's not Avalon.
Avalon.
Anyways, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching.
Love you, miss you. Please follow my TikTok, Instagram, whatever. What else is it? Threads, Twitter.
Threads.
Follow it all. YouTube, because
Spotify.
Yeah.
Anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah. Rock on.
Thanks so much for listening. Bye.